30 is a qualifier on line 22. Okay. Okay, last one on court 29 is another qualifier. Okay, third quarter is done. Now we do the last quarter. You should have 6 chips. Yeah.
17.
Number 17 is Stojanovic. 26. Okay. 23, Hontama from Japan on line 27. '26 is Hunter. 31, a qualifier on line 29. Okay, good. Last two. 11 is Garland. Last one.
9.
Number 9, Perry. Okay, well done. Thank you very much. The draw is done. Nicely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shu. Well done, and thank you so much to Creonet as well. We are open for Q&A. We have the 2 players, Vijay, everybody to answer whatever you want to ask. Anybody in the press, any questions?
Well, we've got the 3 girls right up against each other. I guess they wanted to stay close to each other, so all 3 of them got pulled at the same time. But, well, first of all, I think a draw like this, just watching the tour, is completely open, you know, just because, honestly, someone seeded doesn't necessarily mean they certainly are the favorites to win, but it doesn't necessarily goes that way. The perfect example was Linda with us 3 years ago, and she won as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, 16 or 17 you were then, right? 17, about, right? So it was wonderful to see her win in 3 sets in the final, such a long match. So I think the draw is wide open. It comes down to the day's performance on the day, depending on how they do. Obviously, weather will play a role, depending on how matches progress. It's a little heavier in the humid conditions after rains. Ball goes through the air, you know, obviously a little differently. But at the end of the day, the Indian girls have got a wonderful chance to actually do well in this tournament. You've got 2 of them playing each other, obviously, which is both a thrill and a disappointment, but it is what it is. It'll be interesting to see. I think we got to ask Sahaja about how exactly she's going to take on the first round match. Have you all played many times before?
No, this is the first time. I'm playing mine the first time.
Playing, okay, you're playing mine the first time. Okay. So anyway, I think the draw is wide open. We could ask Linda as to what she thinks about the draw and the chances of the tournament this week.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like you say, it's very open. You know, it's also the last tournament of the swing, so you know it plays a role. You know, some girls might be tired, or the opposite, even more motivated. You know, and the weather here it can be extreme, and it all depends. You know how everybody likes it or not. So. Like you said, I think it's very open, and yeah, many times you see qualifiers or unseeded players having great runs. You know, let's say Vacherot winning the Shanghai. You know, so the seeds and the rankings, it doesn't really play a big role, I think. So let's see. I think we're gonna see some great matches this week, and I'm excited to get started here.
Yes.
One thing is like, you were not initially on the list of wildcards, so how? Hello. Yeah, so you were not initially on the list of wildcards. So firstly, how big is this an opportunity for you to eventually get that main draw wildcard? And secondly, the last time you were with Maya, you were teammates at the Billie Jean King Cup in April. So you must have spent some time together, you know, sparring and all. So how do you see her game, and how do you look forward to facing her in a main draw match, you know, at home?
I think it's too early to talk about the match. I still have one more day to go. I'm just gonna focus on today and tomorrow my practice, and I think I'll talk to my coaches about what has to be done for the match. She's an amazing junior player, and I've got to interact with her a lot during Billie Jean King Cup, and we're pretty fond of each other, and hoping to have a great show on court. That's all I'm looking forward to right now.
And sir, Tatiana Maria was on the initial player list. What happened? Can you tell us the reason? Tatiana Maria of Germany, she was in the initial player list and was likely to be the top seed, but we don't see her name. Any particular reason she's not there?
She just withdrew only last evening, so
Okay.
we don't know the reason
Okay.
yet, but she just got out of the draw last evening, very late last evening.
No reason, injury?
No reason, we have not got the reason. There must be a reason, but we haven't got it yet.
Good evening, President sir. Sir, விமன் இப்போ வீரர்களுடைய வரவேற்பு இங்கே அந்த போட்டிக்கு எப்படி இருக்கு? ஏற்கனவே இந்த மென்ஸ் டோர்னமெண்ட் வந்து இங்கே சென்னையில் நடந்திருந்தது, இப்போ பூனா போயிடுச்சுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. இப்போ இந்த போட்டி கடந்த போட்டியோட இப்போ வீரர்களிடையே அதிக அளவில் வரவேற்பு பெற்றிருக்கா? நம்ம எதிர்பார்த்த மாதிரி வீரர்கள் எல்லாம் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணிருக்காங்களா சார்?
Not in Pune anymore, it's in Hong Kong. That's been moved there. ING owns that license. And I think we are very excited to have a women's tournament back here after 3 years. Obviously, we would also like to have a ATP event at some point. We've been working on both. And I think the WTA has been incredibly supportive of coming back to India. And we were very fortunate to have a license holder in Octagon actually make a strong effort to move an event of theirs to Chennai. That was our biggest luck of the draw, if you want to call it that. So I do believe that ideally we should eventually have a WTA tournament and an ATP tournament during the course of the year. But again, our window of opportunity for the calendar is very tight. The women's calendar is very tight, the men's calendar is very tight. Everyone is playing a lot of tennis, and I think the girls and boys have to be well enough to be able to play a whole season. And unlike other sports, this has no season, it's all year. So they have to take time off at the right time to prepare for the coming season. So I think that eventually, hopefully, the ATP will also see the importance of bringing an event to Chennai, and with the kind support of the government of Tamil Nadu, we will be able to do it at some point. I hope it's sooner than later, but we would really like to keep the WTA tournament here.
Yeah, last question to Shrivan. Shrivan, as Vijay kept saying, there are very few WTA 250 tournaments in India. So playing at home, man, how important is this for you? You've been playing around for a while across the world. So traveling takes a lot of effort, money and all those stuff, sponsorship. So this kind of tournaments, how much beneficial it is for a upcoming player like you?
I think it's a wonderful opportunity that we all got to play such a huge tournament at home, and it's a huge effort by everybody who've been trying to get this tournament home, and it gives a big boost to all of us players because, like you mentioned, it's financially very tough to travel all around the world, and when you have much more tournaments to play at home, you get exposure to playing against bigger players and playing against quality players, which gives us the opportunity to realize what we have to work on or where we stand. So I think it's a good opportunity that we get to learn and be at this level, and the fact that we get to roam around with them and understand the game much more, I think it's a huge advantage for all of us.
Again, I know it's early to talk about the future of this event, but what the local organizers need to do to make sure that this tournament is not one-off?
So first of all, absolute pleasure to be here in Chennai. I definitely think that with the rich history of sport in India, tennis in particular, and Chennai in particular, I think that this is a great place to host professional tennis, both on the men's side and the women's side. So when the opportunity presented itself to work with the TNTA, it was something that Octagon was very keen to explore. So I'm very happy to be here, very happy to see tennis start. As it relates to the intention is very much to keep it here. There are elements that are within our control, and then there are elements like the weather that are not within our control. So we need to see how that progresses, but so far so good.
Thank you everyone, and there's some tea and coffee served with some snacks behind. Please make sure that you have it.
Come here.